Well, I decided to avoid the Kern River, which was going to be 99 degrees, and go hike the PCT out here near Big Bear. So I just got on the PCT and I'm headed for Onyx Summit, where hopefully Tony will be waiting. We thought maybe he could park here, but it's private property. I'm basically starting at this old zoo thing. It used to have lions and bears. Now it looks like it has horses. Maybe it still has lions and bears, I don't know. So I think I screwed up. I brought these new shoes that I bought. I've been doing them, hiking with them for day hikes, and they seem okay. They're a little loose, but they seem really way too loose today, especially with my feet kind of still being raw from the descent into Ladybug that never existed. So I may go to Big Bear tomorrow and see if I can buy either thicker socks or a new pair of shoes. Already. So it's a good thing I'm not really in the wilderness. I'm just really close to the highway, really close to town. It's really beautiful anyway. So I put a second pair of socks on, and that seems to help a lot. So I'll think about it, see how I feel after hiking out to the highway tomorrow. If my feet can handle this, or if I need new shoes. We'll see. Also, I have a Chipotle burrito in my back pocket, and it just was leaking all over everything. Everything's going wrong again. Nice little campsite right here. But the creek is dry. There's a faucet. Doesn't look like it works. Well, there's a nice campsite here. Look at this. This is a Rostre Trail Camp. Kind of nice. Might go further though to where the water is, so I can wash my backpack off. Look, there's water right here, just down a bit from the camp. And I bet there's a campsite right up there. Or maybe not. But I could eat the burrito and then wash everything and then go further. The spring is flowing. I've always managed to see the spring flowing every time I've been here. I think I'm gonna go a little further. The trail crosses the creek a few times and there might be a little bit of water here and there. Hope it's enough. I could grab a little bit of water here. Yeah, I don't need it. This is a nice little tent site, but I'm gonna bypass it and go about a mile further to a road. That way, if I have to poop in the morning, I can go up the road somewhere and not be pooping where somebody else's poop. There's tent sites everywhere along this creek. It's sort of hard to pick one because I don't want to just sit out here in front of the whole world walking by. I've seen so many thru hikers coming by. So I'm just gonna keep going till I find the one that speaks to me. Should be any minute now though. The landscape's changing. There's more of this sage growing. It's getting drier. But it might be actually kind of warmer out here. Hopefully I find a good spot soon. Well, another thing I've messed up. Somehow I lost or didn't pack the yellow line that I used to tie up my bivvy. But maybe I can find some line on the trail. You know how you always find things people leave behind. So I'll look for a little bit of line to use for that. But this will work for now. I was able to stick my pole in pretty deep and that should hold it up. I'm getting an early start at 5:30. Texted with Tony last night. He stayed up here in his car. He's gonna meet me at the highway, which is like 9 miles away from here for me. And he's gonna take me into town to see if I can buy some things that I forgot. So I'm not sure if, I think my shoes are gonna be okay. They feel pretty good right now, but we'll see how it seems after 9 miles of this. Oh, I've filled up 2 liters of water. So my fingers are so cold. It hurt so bad and it took like half an hour of squeezing. I hate squeezing the filter. I should buy some aqua mirror or something just so I don't have to do it. But okay, so it's 6 o'clock and I'm finally getting actual going. I'm walking into the desert. It was so lush and beautiful yesterday, and now it's open sage land on the edge of the trees, the edge of the pinyon juniper forest. But then later I'll be back in the trees again. It's just temporary. Pretty soon there'll be some Joshua trees. Oh, hitting the trail again. Did a little shopping in town. Timmy was nice enough to drive me around. Got some new socks. They seem to take up a little more space in my shoes. And I got some line to tie up my bivy. And I got some insoles just in case the socks aren't doing enough. So, and I got some snacks. So, ready to go. I think it's about, I don't know, 10 miles to the next water source. So I probably have too much water. Oh well. I was thinking of camping there, but I think I'll get there early enough to keep going further after the water. Look at all the little bird's eye gilia. So cute. Kind of hard to see probably on the video. Just little tiny white flowers with hardly any like leaf or anything to it. It's really pretty up here. Bill had a nice little break sitting and talking to all the through hikers. Met a couple from South Africa. There's a guy from Maine. There's a lady who hiked the CDT in 2022, the same year I started. That was fun. This spot looks familiar. I think I might have camped here on one of my previous section hikes. There's kind of a lot of little tucked away spots. I'm not sure where I camped. It might have been next to this pine tree that you can see the pretty bark. I would go back and look at my pictures, but I lost all my pictures when I stepped on my hard drive. Oh, it might have been this double cedar tree here. Anyway, I was definitely in this area, and I think I camped somewhere around here. But I'm gonna keep going, camp somewhere new. Here's my view. I'm gonna have some dinner with a view. I wonder where those eagles are living. They're definitely on the other side because you can see the highway, or you can hear the highway and sometimes see traffic on the highway from below their nest. I should have camped at my dinner spot. That was a really cool spot. It was on this knife edge ridge. and had a great view on both sides. And now I'm descending, and I'll probably end up camping in a little canyon, but without a view. But it's not like you can see the view while you're sleeping, but it was a really cool spot. So I put in a little more than 20 miles today. I don't want to go any further. I don't want to do too much too soon, you know. The days are so long. There's so much sun. It's about, I don't know, 5:45. I had some dinner up there and I felt like I could go really far, but I just don't want to do it. I want to not get injured. My knee was kind of bothering me from the fall. I fell when I was hiking down between Ladybug and Harris Tunnel. The trail kind of was in a little ravine, and I kind of landed wrong and I fell and I hit my right knee and my left shin, and my knee was kind of bothering me a little bit. Anyway, I'm gonna look and see what tomorrow holds, where I might camp tomorrow, and maybe check my food and see if I will need to. I guess I can top off at McDonald's. I probably have enough food. Just make plans for the future here. So it's about 20 miles to the first, like the, what do they call it? Splinter's cabin. The first Deep Creek Bridge before you get to the hot springs. And then it's 48 miles to Silverwood Lake. And the camping before Silverwood Lake is not that great. So that would mean like do 20 miles to tomorrow and then 28 miles next day. Or I guess I'll camp where I always camp. Maybe I should check again. But yeah, I don't know if I can do 28 miles. Okay, so it's about 39 miles to a little creek that I always thought would be a better place to camp than the place I usually end up camping. And that would make for a 20-mile day tomorrow, and then a chance to soak in the hot springs, and then walk out to this spot. It's kind of a long way from the hot spring, but yeah, it's doable. Then I can take my time at the hot spring and just hike in the afternoon. I have to see how many miles it is from the hot spring to the camping area. If it's like more than 10, then that kind of means hiking in the hottest part of the day. But anyway, I think it'll work out. So there's just so much light. I couldn't stand to lay there in the sun anymore. So I decided to pack up and hike a couple more miles and maybe find a place after the sun is set. That'll get me closer to McDonald's. I don't want to try to camp somewhere around McDonald's. I remember walking through here once and it was snowing on me and I didn't have my rain jacket. All I had was my plastic sheet that I put my bed on. And so I wrapped myself in it. It worked pretty well. Okay, so I went about 2 miles. The sun is down. I'll be able to sleep. I got a really nice spot. It's a huge tent site. There's a fire pit right over there. And there's nobody here. It's just like that one I didn't take a picture of on the CDT where there was a gate and a whole bunch of campsites, and I found my perfect little spot.